What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the No Se Ria podcast. This is episode 8. I have Ivan here and Daniel. After what, 2 weeks of not being here?
Not 2 weeks, just 2 episodes.
Two episodes, but I mean, technically 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Finally.
And we have our sister too. She's on the other side of the camera. You can't see her, but she has a mic this time.
Hey.
Say something.
Hey.
But yeah, let's get started.
So Danny had a baby.
Who said that? You had a baby. This is my third girl.
That's crazy.
My third kid.
Not a boy? You don't want a boy?
It's whatever.
You can have mine.
No, I don't want a boy.
No?
Nah, the way I see it is like, if I have a boy, cool. If not, I don't care. You know what I mean? Because it's like, a boy would be a blessing, but also a change. And I don't really like changes. Like, I go to the same restaurant all the time, eat the same shit because I don't like trying new things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that the boy will have like a...
It's gonna change everything you fucking do, bro.
Really?
Like,
That's true.
everything, bro. Like, if I go to Home Depot, I gotta take him with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing, though.
It's not a bad thing, but it's a change.
Yeah.
I want to go get my shit, get out. I don't want to fucking get the baby out.
But then again, like, what if you like just say fuck and let me go and have another kid and it's another girl?
I don't want more kids, bro.
But if you do have another kid and it's a girl, would you complain or?
I'll fucking down, bro. Nah, I think I decided I don't want no more kids. 3's enough. I really wanted 4 because growing up I had 4 siblings and
Yeah.
I want that to stay, but nah, bro.
You had 4 siblings? What the fuck?
It was 4 of us.
Yeah,
3
Hey,
siblings.
muter. There was 4 of us, and I just kind of have that stuck in my head that I want them to grow up the same way I did. You know? And it kind of sucks because like I want to talk about kids, but you, him, Lee Ray, Andres, nobody has fucking kids.
I have kids.
I know, but like,
You know what? You can actually like the way you should go about it will be, okay, you guys don't have kids, but let me give you some advice of what to look forward to. Just open up and let us know how everything is, because we don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to know. Okay, like this is what you gotta look forward to, and you know, blah blah blah. Like, tell us all about that. How's it been right now since you have a kid?
it's a big time. It's also a big difference between having 1 kid, 2 kids, and 3 kids.
What's the difference?
More kids. You know what I mean? Like with the first kid, it was different. It's just every single thing is a different experience.
Yeah.
The first kids, you don't know what the fuck. You know, kids don't come with instructions.
Yeah.
Especially when you have my freaking, what was I, 17?
17. Damn.
I had her at 17. I had no idea what to do. But it's something that you kind of don't. I guess you have the decision to either, hey, you go do what are we gonna do, and then I'll go back to school, and we just kind of don't talk, and I guess I'll see the baby whenever. But or you can take care of him, start a family, and do good. You know, I decided to start a family and get together, and you know what I mean, raise a kid. Besides, like ignoring her and you know what I mean, kind of like
Take the easy way out. Yeah.
Take an easy way out, basically. I decided to take the hard way out, which is obviously hard. So the first kid was whatever, right? It was 10 years ago. I don't even remember. But the second one was like 6 years later.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked because you were already in a position where she goes to school, my girl's working, and you know what I mean. We're settled. We just got to keep going. The baby came and she had to get out of work, and it's kind of like start all over, and you're like, fuck. You know what I mean? But it was kind of cool because the other kid's older. She's 6. She's good on her own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This new one, I still have a 3-year-old, so it's kind of like I have to watch her, and then I gotta make sure Ariana doesn't fucking cut her veins because she's fucking lonely over there, and I gotta take care of the baby, and then I gotta come back, and I gotta go this, and I gotta the whole day's like that. You know what I mean?
Wait, how old is Ariana?
She's 9 now,
Oh, okay.
so she's in a position where she's cool, she's chilling, but
Just
you gotta
go
watch
through
her.
that phase.
You know what I mean? Yeah, she's getting to her teens really early as fuck.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
But yeah.
But yeah, baby cries over here, and then this other baby's crying, and then Ariana's over there. You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of cool because Ariana can kind of come and help, but at the same time, she shouldn't have to. You know what I mean?
Because I think you have to thank your kids for you being the way you are, because like, you know, you could have easily gone through a bad route, but you know, you had your kids at a time where, you know, they helped you mold you to who you are now. You know,
I feel like every time I have a kid, dude, it's because I'm going through some bad stuff.
They put you in the right direction, right?
Yeah, dude. Me and God have a crazy relationship, bro. Like the first kid, I was like, obviously, you guys know I was in some fucking deep, bad stuff. Like I was
You're going through the wrong path.
I was definitely going through some freaking this way when I should have been going that way. And God said, you know what, give him a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't plan on having a baby. You know
But what do you think
happened.
it was that kind of caused you to be the way you were? Because I mean, all of us got brought up the same way, and we have the best.
I feel like it's just who you grow up with. You know what I mean?
your friends.
You grow up with these friends, or you grow up with those friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sort of like you put a baby. You put a baby. That's not a baby. You put a baby in the ghetto. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 is gonna come out with tattoos and crime. You put them in the suburbs with two, really wealthy people. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna come out nice people. It depends on.
Yeah.
It doesn't depend on your parents. Your parents can try their best, but at the end of the day, those kids are gonna do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just kind of like make sure you don't give up on them. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure my mom went through hell with me, dude, but she never gave up on me. She's still there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She never just said, you know what, do what you want to do.
I remember those days. Bad days.
I remember one time, dude, I almost punched my mom in the face, bro. I don't even want to talk about it.
I was in my room, right?
Yeah.
You made that big ass
My room,
hole.
bro.
I remember you
Yeah.
almost punched me.
Yeah, but I do that all the time. And then, I remember she found something under the car, and she came up to me. She's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, I forget what I was. I was trying to lie through my teeth, right? But at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna get over it. I was just mad that I got caught, and I was punched her. But instead of punching her, I punched the wall.
Yeah.
I think I ran away that day, right?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I remember I ran away that
Yeah.
day.
They
You
were
remember that
like
day?
going crazy looking for you, and we couldn't find you.
Yeah, I just left, and I was
Yeah.
walking around. I remember my dad was tripping too, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was,
man.
We
it
were
was
all
even
looking for
hard.
you.
What was even more crazier was that day it just so happened that somebody had like either got in a bad accident or something close to the house.
It was
And
a
my
Yeah.
same
mom
white
was
car.
like- Yeah, my mom was going crazy because she thought it was
Somebody
you.
jumped in the bayou, I think.
Yeah.
Something happened. Yeah.
Yeah, they were looking in the bayou.
Yeah, my mom thought
Yeah.
that was me that killed myself.
Because there was like a little crowd and everything.
Mhm.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know,
Cops and
bro.
everything.
It's just,
My mom went through a lot with you.
I feel like I still go through the same shit, like depression and stuff. It's just like, and it's like something that's in the back of your head, and you
Mm.
kind of want to talk about it,
Mhm.
but at the same time, you don't really want to acknowledge it. You
Yeah.
kind of don't want to bring it to the front. You just want to keep it in the back within this.
Uh-huh.
So you just kind of like ignore it. You know what I
Because
mean?
you have kids, right?
I feel like because
Nah, it can't be just because
it's not
everybody
kids.
goes
It's
through
just
Because you don't have time to think about that.
it's it's hard to explain. Dude. It's
Like
just,
like whenever you go through this depression, like scenarios or whatever, is it because what yourself? Like, oh, I'm not enough, or
exactly. It's
or-
more like you're always looking for more and more and more and more. You're hungry for more. You are.
Yeah.
But me, it's I feel different because I have 3 kids now, and you have to think about other stuff. And then, like I said, I'm trying to go back to school, but I'm looking at the road, and it's crazy hard, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I should even try and waste my time. And it's just always like that. You know what I mean? Just you want more, but you can't do too much because you also have these kids. You also have a full-time job. You also have a wife to go home. So there's little time that you have. You need to try to do the best of it. And I always try. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of stuff to try to advance myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And it kind of makes you really depressed.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I don't. It's not something I should worry about. I just always keep it in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But anyways,
you're always been the type of person who just keeps it to himself.
yeah, and I never really want to make it a big deal. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But anyways, yeah. And then even when my first kid was born, bro, it didn't hit me that I was a dad yet.
Okay.
The first kid, obviously, I was going through that. God gave me a kid,
Mhm.
and then it didn't hit me that I was having a kid until way later, bro. I was still doing what I gotta do. You know what I mean? I was still fucking up. I was still doing stupid shit. And I remember that whole year, bro, I was going to school and I was just depressed, nasty depressed. And people could notice it because I was really a talkative person, like I am now. I was a really talkative person. I was a really smart person. I was raising my hand for everything. And then the whole school year, whenever I found out my girl was pregnant, my wife was pregnant. I'm sorry, she's listening to this. She gets mad when I say girl. Every day I come, I would just put my head down, depressed, nasty. Everybody would ask me, what's wrong? I'll be like, nothing. And at the time I was in Genesis, remember?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then Genesis was a program that I was in with some group of people. And I remember everybody used to ask me, hey, what's wrong? And I'll be like, nothing. And then I remember when I graduated, I think I was real cool with one of the counselors or whatever from Genesis. And he was really cool with me. And then he was always asking, hey, what's going on? Because he knew, I had to tell him about it. And I remember he was like, hey, so the baby was born? Like, yeah. And I sent him a picture. And he freaking posted it on like the email.
Yeah.
The Genesis email. and he put like this big email saying, "Hey, congratulations to Daniel." And at the bottom, some people were like, "Oh, that's why you were all quiet and this and that, right?" And I'm like,
wow.
I didn't reply about like, yeah, I never saw him
Mhm.
again, anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
With the second one,
I'm sorry. You said you were depressed. What was it in high school? So that's what whenever I was talking about it, and I think like 2 podcasts ago or 3, that's what you were saying that was you.
no, that was a little bit before me.
Oh,
That was more like freshman year and stuff. Freshman year, I was always kind of with y'all during lunch, but then Ellie left, and then Lalo's kind of doing his own thing. And then after that, and that reminds me of some other stuff, because I remember there was this guy named Heidel. He used to be my friend. We were together since pre-K, bro. And I remember I used to always look at him and be like, man, I wonder if he's popular. You know what I mean? But I would always kind of like stalk him. Not like that, just like kind of comparing me and him. Like, hey, do you have friends? I don't have friends. You know what I mean? And I'll kind of look at him through lunch, and he wouldn't have friends either, right?
Oh.
So I'd be like, man, I want to go talk to him, just kind of be friends with him and this and that. And then I remember I was always like, man, I want to go talk to him. Because I've known him since pre-K.
Okay.
And when we went to high school, we kind of split up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kills himself.
No way.
Yeah, he killed himself.
In high school?
In high school.
What grade?
I think it was
But why?
sophomore. I don't want to go into details. It's whatever. You know what I mean?
You know why though?
Yeah, I know why. I
Oh,
know what he
okay.
did.
But was
I don't
he your
want to-
friend already?
He was my friend since pre-K, but we kind of just went our own ways
But
when
at
we
that-
did high school.
There was a time where you guys were actually close after that?
Yeah, I went to his birthday parties, everything, and I went to his
Oh,
funeral and
damn.
everything.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
And all
Sad.
of everybody from elementary went and everything.
Did you like cry and everything like that?
Not really. It was more like a damn moment. You know what I mean? Like damn.
Shocked, like what?
yeah,
like somebody actually did it.
Anyways, what was I talking about? So for the second kid, that's what I was saying. It didn't hit me until way later, and I remember the moment perfectly. I remember me and Lala were driving. I forget where we were going, but I remember, you know where Tostada Regia is at? Right when you turn right to get on the freeway, right there, it hit me like La Rosa de Guadalupe, bro. Like air, everything, bro. And I'm like,
A little wind.
yeah, the wind hit me and everything, bro. It's just do the sound effect right here. I was like this, bro, and I was like, what the fuck? And I remember I told Lalo, I was like, damn, bro, I have a kid. And he was like, yeah, bro. He was like he wasn't really paying attention. He was just like, yeah, bro. And right there in my head, I'm just like my whole life just flashed, like nasty, crazy, weird feeling. And it just hit me like, and in my head, I'm like, damn, I got to do better.
You already had the kid?
Yeah, I had it already
Okay.
for a long time.
Oh, wow.
But
I
were you
worked-
already going to school at that time?
No,
or-
I was selling cars, remember, for a while.
Oh,
I was
damn.
still doing bad, and then I quit that job. And then I started working with my dad, and I was still doing bad. And then it hit me, and I just changed my whole life.
Wow.
¿Verdad?
You did, yeah.
But what I'm saying is this. Before this third one, the second one was born,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing bad again. I remember I was doing bad. I don't know if y'all know this, but I was smoking cigarettes like every fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right? I was smoking cigarettes every fucking day. I just didn't really care anymore.
That's because
I
you
lost-
worked outside, right? You worked in that place?
I worked outside. After a while, you just kind of get, I guess depression gets to you a little bit. You know what I mean? Just
Or
kind of like
depression or stressed out?
just stress, depression, all this shit just gets to you, right? And I remember my girl. I could probably talk about it. I don't think she'll get mad, but she had a lot of miscarriages, right? So we were trying to have another kid, and we tried, and then she had it, and then months later we lost it, and then I think I've only told my mom about like once or twice, and I went to the house and we started crying, whatever, right? And then finally she got pregnant, right? And then when she was pregnant, a few months later, they told her that there was something wrong with her, with the baby, and that she can come out with like Down syndrome or this and that, right? And we were like scared, like fuck. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do. So I remember I was speaking to God on the man. I'll stop smoking cigarettes for the rest of my life if you know what I mean. If you give me a healthy child, and if you don't, it's okay. You know what I mean. I'll take care of it, whatever. But I'm willing to sacrifice this and do good for the rest of my life for that.
Okay.
And I stopped smoking. And I remember it was the day that you started working with us. So how long?
Really?
That's how long ago that was.
So like 2 years ago?
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
been years, bro.
4 years ago?
4 years ago, around there. And then she was born, and then
Okay.
she came out healthy, and I was like, thank God, whatever.
Wow. So you never picked up a cigarette again?
Never. I'll smoke a cigar or whatever. I haven't, but I would, but I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have an interest in.
But
smoking
was
cigarettes anymore.
it an addiction or was?
Oh yeah, I was smoking like boxes a day.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Probably like a box a day.
I'm pretty sure maybe you mentioned
a
it.
little bit.
I forgot. I didn't think it was that serious. I guess.
Oh yeah, bro. It wasn't that bad, but
So how's your
it was only getting
depression
worse.
now?
Huh?
How's your depression now? Is it like comes and goes? Or not there anymore? Or?
I don't want to acknowledge it as depression. More of like just stress and just kind of keeping it back. Like I lost all my hair. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yeah? Why you gotta laugh, bro?
What do you mean you still got a lot of hair?
Maybe talk about it. But
yeah.
what's weird though is that with this third child, I was kind of doing bad, and my girl was doing bad too, but not like that. You know what I mean? But with this child, you know, hopefully it rejuvenates, however you say it, and it sparks, and we're doing good.
That's good.
Me and my girl, we have a healthy relationship. I feel like we're happy,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just looking forward for the future.
That's good,
But I don't want to have no more kids. I think I'm gonna get my tubes tied.
You're what?
A vasectomy. Two types for women.
Really?
I think I'm gonna do it, bro. I don't want to have no more kids.
So did you cry whenever you had your third child?
No, I don't think I never cried with any of the kids.
No. Like just seeing it
I'm
happen is not like weird or anything like that anymore.
This time the third kid, I learned my lesson. I was pro. I know what to do.
Yeah.
I was good. The second one, I slipped again. I almost freaking fainted, but I didn't cry. The first one, I don't think I cried either. I don't.
So you didn't cry for none of them?
I don't cry, bro.
Really?
You're not a crier.
I'm not a crier at all. Like the last time I can truly remember that I cried, I think was when my grandpa died.
Okay.
That's been what 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years
7
ago.
Yeah.
years now. Yeah, obviously I cried a lot before that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I think
but
I've cried once. And I think you remember the last time that I cried, right? Whenever I went to my mom's house.
My mom's house?
Yeah. It was like a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
Besides that, just like maybe 2 times that I've cried. Like,
I don't remember.
cried.
Like
tears.
I remember. I think that the actual official time that I remember crying was, like you said, whenever my grandpa died. I think that was like the first time we went through that, like as a family, and it was like one of the worst moments because the way it happened, you know, and you can't help but feel like a guilt of could we had prevented it, you know. And I mean, I guess during that time, my grandpa was just not there anymore. You know, he was like going through a lot health problem wise and everything. So it kind of like everything that happened that led to it kind of sped it up, and it was horrible. But that's the I guess the last time that I remember that I was like, oh yeah, this is actually me crying, you know. And there's other moments here and there, but you know, some that are personal that I wouldn't want to bring up or anything like that. But as far as like
Bring it up.
nah, I think it's personal
Bring it up.
to Yaneli and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to.
What are you talking about? My stuff that's personal. Say it and then if I don't like it, cut it.
No, I was just gonna say the last time that I remember crying was because I think I was in the car driving, and I think my mom had she had told me that Boogie had asked for his dad. Yeah, I don't want to cry right now, but
You make me cry.
Just cut it. Go on.
damn, fucked it up. So yeah, so the reason why I was like, you know, getting really emotional is because whenever I got that phone call from my mom, you know, and she was telling me that my nephew Aiden, which is my, you know, obviously my sister's son, I guess he was asking for his dad, and he was saying how, you know, why don't I have my dad? You know, does he not like me? Is he mad at me? Is he mad at me because that one time that, you know, I was at his house, I accidentally, you know, peed the carpet and you know, like stuff like that is crazy how he still remembers, you know. And you know, the last memory that he has of his dad was, you know,
Him being
mad at him, and he hasn't seen his dad over what, like maybe 4 years, maybe. You know,
3.
3 years.
3, almost 4.
And there's not a year or a time that passes where he doesn't bring him up and like, hey, I forgot it. You know, I should have a dad. Why isn't he in my life? And you know, whenever those moments come, it's like, what do we say? You know. And I think at that time, whenever my mom called me, it was like anger. You know, it was like, why? You know, like like we didn't have to go through that, and he does, you know, which is, I think for us, it's like more motivation to be there for him, be sort of like his dad, role models and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't want to, you know, make it too sentimental and sad, but yeah, that's it's always gonna be emotional, you know. It's always gonna be there, and it's always gonna be fuck, you know, like, you know, what do we do? How do we say it?
But I mean, he didn't die.
Yeah. And I mean, regardless of, you know, the situation, he's always gonna know that he was okay. You know, he didn't need his dad for everything. You know, he had good role models in his life, you know, whether it's me, Daniel, my dad, which is his grandpa, or Ivan, you know. And he has everything, you know. Both of your kids have everything. So I don't think they have nothing to complain about. You know, as time passes, if they want to, you know, look for their dad or whatever, then we'll probably, you know, help him and see what happens. But as of right now, I think the only thing we can do is just be there for everything. You know, there's a lot of times where, you know, obviously we're so busy in our lives that whenever we're there, we lose focus on them, that it has to come from somebody to tell you, hey, you know, Aiden was just talking to you, you didn't even listen. And it's like, damn, I didn't even pay attention to him. And you go and you talk to him, and he's all excited about talking to you and all that stuff. And it's like stuff like that where it's like, damn, like why don't I think about stuff like that? Like, you know, like I go and I think everything's normal, and he's a normal kid, but he goes through his stuff too, you know. He needs attention. And which yeah, but I know we're gonna be there for him for everything, and he's gonna be okay.
I think another time that I cried was the same thing with Aiden. I remember, I think he called me something. I forgot what he called me. I think he called me something like bad, and I got mad at him, and I told him, hey, you can't be, you know, calling me that or whatever, and I left. And then I think he started crying, or what. I think I made him cry because I kind of like, not yelled, but got mad at him. So he started crying, went with my mom, and then my mom, I guess, talked to him and told him, hey, you can't be talking to your uncle like that, you know, he got mad at you, that's not good. And then he comes and knocks on my door.
It's a real one today. It's a real emotional one today.
He wrote a note. I don't know why it's so hard to talk about. He wrote a note saying he's sorry for calling me that. You know, something super simple, which just it tore me apart. It tore me apart because, like you were saying, he has no dad, and I'm over here like getting pissed off at him and telling him his shit. And as soon as I read the letter, I started crying, just telling myself like I can't be this rude to him because he has to go through this, you know, this type of stuff. But anyways, I don't know. That was just another time that, I mean, I cry for everything. I mean, I scroll through TikTok and there's little small videos here and there, and I cry over shit like that. But
yeah, but I don't think you should feel guilty, because even though you feel guilty that maybe, you know, his dad's not there or whatever, you should yell at him. You should tell him what's right and wrong, even though you're not his dad. He could scream at you, hey, you don't tell me what to do, you're not my dad. You should still steer him the right way. Hey, don't say that, and get mad at him so you know that he's doing the wrong thing. That's what he needs. Actually, he needs a male model to tell him you're doing a good job. The worst thing you could do is ignore him and let him do whatever he wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're doing the right thing by telling him not to say that and get him mad at him so he knows that you're serious. You know what I mean?
But I think at the time maybe he was like damn, like, you know, I messed up one time and then look what happened. I didn't have my dad.
Yeah,
and now
but
I messed up again, and you know, now Ivan might not want me anymore or like me anymore. You know.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the back of their minds. But I mean, like you said, they're gonna have every resource they need as far as being happy.
I mean, if they're gonna have the morals that we teach them, and they're gonna get brought up the way we got brought up, so we have the best parents, you know, and you know, with us being there for them, and or just us being there, they're gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be okay, 100%.
So, but that doesn't mean that we should just, you know, take anything for granted, and we should always be there and make some time for everybody, not just for them, for your, you know, kids. You know, we should make time for them and be around them, and same thing for my parents. You know, my parents, like that's another time where I remember where even my dad cried. Remember, and it was I would think it was for his Father's Day or for his birthday, not too long ago.
Birthday.
That happened in June last month, and I wrote a letter to my dad because, you know, my mom, she always tells me, hey, you know, yeah, you can spend some money on a gift, and we did that. You know, we bought him a truck. Remember that one year, but he didn't get as emotional, and it didn't hit him as hard as him just reading the letter. And I think out of all years, this year especially for him has been really hard because he's been dealing with, you know, health problems and stuff. Nothing too serious, but I think for him, in the back of his mind, he probably feels that, oh man, I want to know that my kids are okay. I want to know that if I'm not here next year, tomorrow, whenever, you know, they're gonna be fine. You know, everybody. And I think whenever he was reading that letter, he cried, and we all got sentimental. We all cried and everything. So maybe it's just a Tovar thing. Maybe it's just in our family that we're just super emotional. But
yeah, I'm a crybaby.
Yeah, we all cry. But I mean, some of us are tougher. Some of us are, maybe Daniel doesn't get as emotional or anything like that. But it's because, bro, like, he had to grow up and go through so much at a young age that he's learned to be tough for everybody else.
Yeah, I already cried enough, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. But what should we do? Should we change it up? It's got too serious and too deep. We need to change it up.
Yeah, I can't see Yaneli, but she was crying.
It hits. I mean, like, stuff like that. Like, it's crazy to think that. I bet you anything, everybody watching, you guys don't often have conversations like this with your siblings, with your dads, parents, whoever. And you know, maybe you guys should. You know, because a lot of the times we go through life and we just go day by day, and we don't even stop to think, oh, maybe Daniel, maybe Ivan, maybe Yaneli, or whoever is going through something. Maybe let me just check on them. Let me just call them up and see, hey, you're doing good? You all right? Because we know for sure we go through stuff, and sometimes we rather just keep it to ourselves and then have that burden, give that burden to somebody else. So imagine how much of a help you will be if you were just to reach out. You know, just to be like, hey, Mom, you okay? Hey, Danny, you good? You know?
Time goes by fast too, huh?
Yeah, bro. It doesn't have to be one serious thing that makes you want to go out of your way. Like, if I can give anybody advice, will be, don't take life for granted. Always be there for people, because you can't take anything with you when you pass, but you can leave stuff in somebody, whether it's like some advice, whether it's something that you did that changed them, you know, and sometimes it's just going out of your way, being nice, and, you know, just doing something for somebody. And also, don't look for something in return. Like, if you go out of your way for somebody, don't expect that person or somebody to do it for you. Just do it and don't expect nothing, you know, because trust me, not everybody is the way you are. And whenever you start thinking about, oh, well, why am I doing this if they don't do that for me? That's just kind of like makes you become a different person. So just if you find it in your heart to go out of your way for somebody, then just do it for you. Like, don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you, and know that little thing that you did It's happiness, bro. Like that stuff is what makes people happy. Going out of your way, doing something for people, making them happy is what makes you happy. Not having cars, not having money, not having the best job or all this stuff. Like that stuff doesn't mean anything.
What's some advice you have to our viewers?
Everybody looks at shit differently. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who they probably, like you were saying, need somebody to come up to them like, hey, are you good? Are you good? Or whatever. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who they go through their phone and they look at videos or they listen to some sort of artist and their music and they're like, oh, this is good. This is helping me out. Because I mean, there's a lot of people out there like celebrities or YouTubers nowadays that there's random people that come like, hey man, you saved my life. You know, your videos, they pick me up and stuff. And I don't know. I'm just, some sort of advice is just keep looking forward and just help anybody that you can. You know, I mean, anybody. It doesn't have to be somebody that you go and find and you know, oh, they need help. It's just anybody, your best friend, your brother, your little brother, anybody, somebody close to you. Just go and tell them, you know, I love you, or I'm here for you if you know, if anything. Because
think about it, your friend, you know, Haida, the guy you brought up, he needed somebody, and maybe he just didn't have it, and he was so lonely that the only way he found that he could cure himself was to not be here anymore. And that's just, dude, you don't know who's going through that stuff, you know?
And I always think about that too, that I always say, man, I want to go talk to him. I want to talk to him. Just like his friend. It's too late.
Yeah. So what's some advice you would give?
I think I would say that a wish is just a goal without momentum. When you understand that, you'll understand it.
What about you, Yaneli? What's some advice you would give? Because you're strong. You're stronger than all of us, you know?
I think maybe not like dwell too much on the past and find something that motivates you to keep going forward.
And to use your kids.
To me and my kids.
Yeah. But all right, man. I guess we can end it. I know you got your baby and you got to go. So we're short on time. So just want to say, I guess sorry that it was pretty serious and deep. This is one of those one of the episodes where it was just us siblings together, and you know, so we kind of felt a little comfortable in just opening up. But hopefully you guys still like it, and you know, look out for episode 9. It's just probably gonna be a pretty cool one. It's gonna be all of us together again, and we got something planned that's pretty funny. So yeah, look forward to that one, and subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned.
Pero no se rían de mí.
Yeah, everybody's gonna laugh at us, man. But oh well. All right, guys. Peace.
Adios.
Bye.
Later.